Good evening, Miss Wina.
Good evening, Coach.
Ayan, siya naman pong magandang Martes ng gabi. Martes ng gabi dito sa Maynila at dyan sa Angeles.
Mula sa
Siyempre,
Angeles, live
yeah,
mula sa Angeles, Pampanga, mga kabalen.
ayan, yeah, mga kabalin. Oo, siyempre, ngayong gabi ay napaka-espesyal na episode at siksik na siksik. Siksik na
Ako man,
siksik, kaya kailangan medyo ano tayo,
excited, Coach.
medyo alerto 24 tayo ngayon. So, no, may
Ay,
sorpresa tayo and this episode is actually dedicated to our friends from DTI Go Negosyo Mentor Me program. Etong episode po na to ay inspired by their regular module, no, yung module 1 na tinatawag yung entrepreneurial mindset. Na wrong
yun,
pronunciation pa ako.
Coach.
Entrepreneurial mindset. So gusto nating i-share sa mas malawak na audience ngayong gabi. So bumati ka muna mula dyan sa Angeles sa ating
Ayun,
mga viewers.
sa ating mga classmates, especially hopefully we get more bagong kaklase. Coach, no? Kagaya ko, a comeback kid, pero I treat myself bago, no? And I hope, yun nga, pagkasabi ni Coach, nakita nyo, ang hawak ko ay ballpen na at ang aking maliit na notebook because nga, and serious, no? Kasi nga, title na title pa lang, talaga namang gusto kong maupo dahil talaga ito yung parang Coach na sabi nilang $1,000,000 question. And I see, we were talking offline, no? Kahit sa Pampanga, Coach, parang ang daming mga startups na nakakatuwa and parang cornerstone ng tanong nila to entrepreneurial mindset. So, ayun Coach, sa mga kaklase from all over, no? Not just the Philippines, not just Pampanga, thank you for joining us po at pagpasensyahan niyo po muna, I'll pitch in for share and thank you Coach for having me again. Yun lang muna
Naku,
yung
marami ka
pangunahing
ring
ko.
followers, no? Marami ka ring followers. Speaking of followers, alam mo yung mga alam mo yung mga regular viewers at regular classmates because alam nila yung oras ng start Na alam nila 8:25 talaga, nandiyan na sila, no? Ang mga
Yung
early
pag-ring ng bell.
Marjorie at Margaret Liwag.
Hello po.
Ayan, no? MG Liwag ang kanilang pangalan ngayon. Ayan, si Marjorie at Margaret. Na-miss kong manood ng live. So, na-miss ka din namin. Hashtag. Siya nagpauso ng hashtag Tuesday Habit.
Oh, nice.
Esquina Magallanes Cavite is watching. Ako, ito na yata yung mga taga-Region 4. Mark Neal is watching sa mga taga-Quezon, yung mga mentees natin ng isang araw. Again, no, I had a session with Go Negosyo DTI and napakaganda po nung aming naging session. Na-excite akong makita silang lahat ngayong gabi. Ang episode na
Nice.
to ay para sa kanila at sila po ang nagbigay ng mga katanungan natin ngayong gabi. So abangan po natin yan. Si Harold De Young, nandirito na ang kaibigan si Harold De Young. Si Victor Mempin mula sa UK. Anong oras na ba dyan, no? Sa UK? Kahit anong oras, ito every 8:25, 8:24, nandiyan na kaagad dyan si Victor Mempin. Maraming salamat, brother. At ako, ito, busy. 3 times mas busy sa akin to, si Chair Lynn Esmeralda, si Chair. Ang aming operations head for Buffalo Swings and Things. Tingnan niyo po, kahit busy maghapon yan, no? Kanina, ano pa siya, Chiefs Assembly, nag-promo launch sila, pero talagang
And
disiplina
yet,
manood. Oo, every
ayun.
Tuesday night. Maraming salamat, Miss Chair. Operations Head ng Buffalo Wings and Things. Ayan. Nakakatuwa talaga. Si Allen Ledesma, nandito na po. Si Joey Katipon, every time nandito naman yan. Parang si PJ Jacob Veloso rin, every week narito yan. At syempre pa ang original, no, talagang supporter natin, ang Reyna ng Parañaque, si Mami Sin Pineda.
Ayun,
Nagagalit pag
Kapineda.
meron tayong mga technical difficulties. So, thank you, Mami, sa pagsubaybay at pagsusupervise sa aming ginagawa. Maraming salamat po. Very much appreciated. No? We love you. Si paring Edwin Uy, ito naman, representing New Jersey, USA. Ayan ang aking kaibigang si BFF
Wow.
Edwin Uy. At si Merlin Sinense, nandito na rin po. Si Manel, Andrea, at marami pa po. Ang dami kagad nanonood. Everyone's excited kasi pag pinag-usapan mo yung entrepreneurial mindset, ano yan napakagandang topic talaga.
Talaga, Coach. As in, yan yung make or break. 'Di ba? If you have it or ito pa, one thing is to have it, the other is to sustain it. How? Yan.
Yeah. Kaya nga it's very important to ano no to make it part of your ano no, make it part of your sabi nga kanina ni Marjorie yung make it part of your habit no or your discipline to always talk to entrepreneurs, 'di ba? Mga negosyantes. Kung gusto mong
Yes.
imbibe no, ma-absorb yung kanilang energy at yung kanilang mindset, kailangan ng kakape mo parati diyan, ng kakwentuhan mo mga negosyante rin. And
I
that is
think
what we're
yan yung,
trying to accomplish tonight, no? Parang kapihan lang to ng mga negosyante. So hindi po natin alam lahat, no? Parati natin sinasabi yan. But with all of the insights, the questions, the comments tonight, it will be a very exciting and interesting and insightful class. Another Tuesday night class natin, no? Para tayong evening class, no? Night class. Si
and
Nick
coach,
Marido at ang kanyang maayong gabi. Yan, yung parati yan eh. Maayong gabi. The rest of coach, maayong gabi sa imo. At si Ivy Park Alcantara, mga regular na pangalan, nakakataba ng puso na narito sila. Mario Nayat, si Annelyn Regalado is also watching. Yes, you were saying. Sorry, na-interrupt kita.
it's okay, coach, kasi nga mahalaga to actually acknowledge our viewers, no? I just wanted to point out, for me, yun yung unang tip ng gabi, na whether you're already into the business or not yet, it's nice to have inspiration or conversations with fellow entrepreneurs. No? So, napakaganda nun. So for me, classmates, ninulat ko na yun sa notebook. Surround yourself with people who are in the business doing it, diba? And succeeding, having failures, but picking themselves up, coach. Coach.
Yeah, yan ang kauna-unang mindset, kapatid. Sinabi na ni Miss Wina, unang mindset, no, surround yourself with fellow and entrepreneurs. Pero ang framework na pinanggagalingan talaga niyan, speaking of entrepreneurial mindset, one of the best entrepreneurial advice, ay hindi ko na maalala kung kanino ko nalaman, paano ko natutunan, but the realization that you should optimize yung learning from other people's experiences, not just your own. Overrated yung learning from your own experiences kasi trial and error, costly, masakit, minsan hindi lang sakit sa bulsa, kundi sakit sa puso rin, di ba? So literally and figuratively. So learn from other people's experiences as well, no? Reading books, listening to podcasts, no? Watching webinars, no? Attending class every Tuesday night, no? And again, no, talking to investing. Sabi ko nga, wag naman yung tipong ikaw na yung nagpapaturo, nagpapalibre ka pa, kailangan nag-i-invest ka rin. Parang libro yan, hindi ako namimigay ng libro kasi mas maganda kung binibili mo yung libro. Kasi pag binili mo yung libro, mas malamang babasahin mo. And again, tip ko pa rin, no? Ako, natutunan ko recently lang. Mantakin mo sa dami ng binasa kong libro, mas mabilis pala akong matuto pagka nakikinig. So,
Yun,
mas
coach,
marami
no?
ko nang kinukonsume ngayon through listening audiobooks, podcast, no? Hindi na ako naiinip sa traffic. Minsan,
Coach,
iniinip
oo.
ko pa yung kotse ko pagka bitin yung episode, di matatapos na, no? So, those are
Nakakaingit. Oh, coach, nakakaingit nga itong generation na to eh. Nung tayo walang podcast eh.
Oo. Nung araw,
Or
manghihiram ka pa
YouTube.
ng encyclopedia sa kapitbahay.
Tapos tuwan-tuwa na ako nung may executive summary na maigugoogle mo dahil may internet na. But
Ah,
in today's age, coach, gusto ko lang yung punta mo na, yun nga, learn and with today's technology, coach, andyan dyan ang YouTube, andyan dyan ang Facebook, kagaya ng iyong plataforma, Coach and Share, plus of course, podcasts, no? So the list goes on. Na hindi lahat ng henerasyon lumaki
yeah,
ng
paborito.
ganyan.
Pag henerasyon pinag-uusapan, parang na
Ano, coach?
nag-iingat ako dahil baka saan tayo mapunta. Pero
Oh,
speaking of which, no, kung iisipin mo, no, alam mo yung a lot of people, talk about social media in a negative light. Alam mo, it's a classic example of depende eh. Kung ano parati mo pinanonood, yung algorithm, yun naman ang i-feed sa iyo eh. 'Di ba?
agree,
So, pag
coach.
nakikita mo medyo yung feeds mo, lalo sa TikTok, 'di ba? Makikita mo kung ano yung pinifeed sa'yo, di ba? So,
Correct, coach.
and that's what you watch is actually what you feed your mind, di ba? So,
Thanks.
napakalaga. Paalala
Nice.
na tayo dapat maging mindful. Maging mindful tayo kung anong ating pinapanood kasi yun yung kinukonsumo ng ating isipan. Ayan. So, ano bang title ang buong title ng ating episode for tonight, di ba?
So,
Alam mo,
coach,
go ahead, Miss Wina.
oo. Kaya nga nung sabi ko sa ating mga kaklase, nung pagkasabi mo palang title, which is Personal Values to Tangible Value. maka-excite ka agad. Sign up ka agad, register ka agad ako sa klase ni Professor Coach Romel Nang, di ba? So, yung ating subtitle, Coach, is How to Develop an Entrepreneurial Mindset.
Oo, hindi how to buy. Oo, hindi rin how to acquire, no? Ano yan? You really have to go through the process of developing an entrepreneurial mindset.
So, hindi po
Yun ang-
nabibili ang
oo.
mindset sa Lazada at saka
Yes,
Shopee.
oo. Alam mo, ano yan sinishare ko yung personal realizations ko. Pag ito ang topic, ano yan it's talagang close to my heart because this is what we have, the framework that we apply even for our, the biggest business that we have, of course, is Buffalo's Wings and Things and other restaurant brands, but also by my other personal endeavors, ina-apply ko yan. I let my personal values translate into tangible value. Kasi kung walang tangible value, yung iyong endeavor, hindi siya pwedeng maging negosyo. 'Di ba? Hindi siya pwedeng maging negosyo. Yung sipag, paano mo ita-transform into a tangible value that people are willing to pay for it, 'di ba? Yung let's say for example, yung honesty mo, yung
Correct.
integrity mo, 'di ba? Yung commitment to excellence, yung iyong attention to quality and attention to detail, yung iyong sense of ownership. Oh, yan. Di ba?
Ayun.
Paano mo ita-translate into something tangible, yung value, o sa Tagalogin natin, no? Yung mga pinahahalagahan mo, values, paano mong gagawing isang bagay na may, ano ba yung tangible? Nararamdaman, nakikita, maraming definition ng tangible. Nararamdaman, nakikita,
Konkreto.
naamoy, nahawakan, no? Na halaga, na may halaga. Isang bagay na may halaga na willing yung mga tao na bayaran. No, bayaran ka para dun sa bagay na kinreate mo. Creating value, sabi nga, di ba? Ang paggawa ng isang bagay na may tunay na halaga. Ayan.
Yun. Coach, napakaganda niyan. Oo. So I guess, no, sa aking limitadong, whether it was a corporate career, dahil nga, I tried, Coach, kaya nga ako, it's one thing to say you have an entrepreneurial spirit. The other is to keep at it, no? For me, Coach, yung mga nakikita kong mga negosyante who made it, really work at kept at it. Tama yun yung sinabi mo, yung basically nakikita mo yung reflection ng kanilang values doon sa kanilang negosyong naitayo. Tapos
Totoo
nga,
yun.
bukod sa nakapaskil sa pinto o kaya sa hallway yung mission, vision, values, pag na-meet mo yung owner, mapapatango ka na parang, kaya, di ba?
I'll
Kaya.
give you an example, a great real example. Itong mag-asawang si Coach Donald Tenorio at si Chef Jenny B. Tenorio na mula sa Australia, no? Sydney, Australia. 'Di ba? Yung every business that they do, nagnegosyo yan sa Singapore nung nandun si Donald. Ngayon, nagnenegosyo sila ulit sa Australia, yung kanilang Toraji Eatery sa beachside, no? Kasabi ng Pampang yan. Napaganda ng mga beaches sa Australia, no? So, alam mo, yung personal values nila, ito sana i-correct ako ni Donald kung mali ako, no? But I'm pretty sure malapit dito yung matutumbo ko dahil sa tagal ko ng kaibigan itong mag-asawa. No, yung kanilang personal values, no, yung values nila like hospitality, 'di ba? Yung kanilang yung passion ni Chef Jen sa pastries na tinatranslate niya into beautiful cakes and pastries. Yung kanilang kagustuhang paramdam sa tao yung kultura ng Pilipinas. So nagtatranslate 'yun sa mga
Nice.
arroz caldo, sa mga ginagawa nilang ube pandesal, sa kanilang ginagawang mga ube cake, no? At sa kanilang mga nire-represent na culinary items or menu items. Pero it's, kung susuriin mo, yung creation ng menu, merong personal values na nakaakibat no? So,
Yun
yun ang isang magandang ehemplo. So now, intentionally or unintentionally, yung kanilang brand, it represents something beyond just the products. 'Di ba? Nire-represent
Yeah.
nila yung buhay nilang mag-asawa bilang long-time OFW yung mga yan From Singapore, ngayon, no, in Australia, they're always focused on, sharing their love for food to other people. And it's something tangible in terms of value that even the Australians, not just the Filipinos there, are appreciating. Kaya nasusustain nila yung kanilang Toraji Eatery, no, sa Sydney. Tama ba yan, Coach Donald?
Yun, ako, that's another concrete example, coach, no? And as you always say, no, it's not just the products, so it's the experience and the values reflect through the experience na naibibigay mo dun sa mga customers ninyo, no? Sa resto or consumers kung ito'y produkto. Ako,
Okay,
classmates,
mukhang
ang
ano na,
dami.
eto, Miss
Oh,
Vina, bago
oh,
tayo lumalim yung ating kwentuhan, alam mo, 8:41 na, no? Oras natin, parang si Tunying lang, oras natin, 8:42 ng gabi eh. So, ay nakikita ko na yung mga pangalan, no? Hindi ko po matatandaan ang lahat. Again, this episode, I hope the other classmates won't mind, is dedicated, no? Because sila nakaisip nito sa Region 4A ng ating DTI, Go Negosyo, mentees, no? Yung ating mga Mentor Me program participants. So, favor lang po, kung kasali kayo sa programa ng Go Negosyo DTI, Mentor Me program, pakilagay lang po sa comment section para mabigyan natin kayo ng tamang at nararapat na recognition. Kasi sila po yung nagpadala ng mga questions ngayong gabi. Sila po yung nakasama ko ng 3 oras na parang 30 minutos lang. Sobrang bilis na. Ang ganda ng kwentuhan namin. Same topic. Personal values to personal values, tangible
tangible.
value. That's the way I chose to explain yung how can we develop that and have that entrepreneurial mindset. So favor lang po yung mga taga Region 4A, Go Negosyo, Mentor Me program, paki-identify po yung mga sa comment section para po ma-recognize namin kayo. At syempre hanggang Cebu, meron po tayong mga guests, no? Classmates, si Romel Pia. Ayan, sabi niya, yes po, bitin na bitin po nung isang araw si Myra Aquino. Ayan, KMME Cavite, nandirito rin po, represent, Mentor Me
Wow.
program from Cavite. Kanina po, nasa DTI ako, so batiin po natin ang Undersecretary Attorney Ags Overo. Siyempre, beyond the Department of Trade and Industry, former, rin po yan, Deputy Commissioner ng Customs. Nasa trade na po yan, matagal na, trade and importation. At siyempre pa, more than anything, credentials niya na siya yung founder din ng Nowhere to Go But UP, yung nag-resurrect ng UP Sports Program. So maraming salamat po for the hospitality, the accommodation, and of course, the insights that I gained from our meeting kanina, Attorney Ags Overo mula sa DTI po. So meron akong sorpresa dahil siyempre po, no, para masulit natin yung ating mga classmates ngayong gabi. Ang ating pong regular guest dito, no, na alam natin pag nagdala ng survey results ay talaga namang dapat ilabas mo yung notebook mo. Let's welcome our good friend from Tangere, CEO, founder of Tangere, Martin Peña Flor. Nandito po siya ngayong gabi.
Good
Bibigyan niya
evening,
tayo
Mr.
ng
Martin.
data, survey results related to the Lenten season. So, ito yung tinatawag natin na pag nandito yan, excite yung mga classmates, even ako. Nagsusulat ako sa notebook, no? At i-share natin yung resulta ng kanilang latest survey. Martin, please show yourself, no? In-introduce kita, no? Bilang
Good evening, Mr.
basketball
Martin.
enthusiast, ayan, bilang
Miss
basketball
Winnie,
enthusiast, at more importantly, siyempre, CEO and founder of Tangere. Go ahead, bro. The floor is
Ayun,
yours. Ayan, the floor.
nakakonect na ako, sir. Hello, good evening.
Ayun. Hello.
Ayan,
Good
no?
evening, Mr. Martin.
Live from Cebu. Good evening, Sir Coach Romel. Kakatapos na namin ang Tangere Eyeball namin. We met up with 50 members of the Tangere community sa Jollibee dito sa Lahug, Cebu, sir. Thank you for having me here. Nice to meet
Hello.
you. Ma'am. Yes, sir.
Sige,
Ito
Martin,
po,
the floor is
and,
yours. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Sir Romel. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Coach Romel, to share the results of our survey. Kakatapos lang talaga nito. I'll be sure to send a copy available by request sa mga nanonood po na audience natin dito sa The Resto Coach. So this is a Lenten season special survey na ginawa namin, Coach Romel. 1,500 respondents nationwide. We asked the changes sa food consumption, grocery behavior, among others. And ito, important sa mga viewers natin, Coach Romel, yung pagkain nila sa mga QSR, awareness sa mga during the Lenten season, and awareness also sa mga, alam naman natin, Coach Romel, pagdating ng Lent, may mga specials. Bawat QSR, may mga nilalabas silang produkto na for this season talaga. So awareness and usage ng mga produkto na yon. And ito, Sir Coach Romel, very, very interesting. Pinofile muna namin sila. we asked the question, how much does your overall food consumption habits change during the Holy Week or Lenten season? We were expecting na medyo mataas, but we were really surprised, Coach Romel, na only 22% or closely 1 out of 4 Filipinos magbabago. There will be a significant change. And 37% said there will be no change in their food consumption this Holy Week. So, that's interesting. And that question was raised to those respondents namin, Filipino respondents nationwide, that celebrates na ginuginita ang Holy Week natin, Coach Romel.
Very insightful
And
yan.
ito,
So, makinig po tayong lahat. As usual,
Yes.
pagtanghirang nag-survey, again, no, it's a game changer. It's a game-changing way of doing the survey. So please go ahead, Mr. Martin. Share mo na yung resulta.
Thank you, Coach Romel. Mainit-init pa talaga yung data. Interesting that only 22%. And this question was raised. We profiled them kasi yung Catholics. This survey is for Catholics respondent ng Tangke Report. So only 22% of Catholics will have significant changes, meaning bababa yung food consumption nila this Holy Week. Now, we also asked the question, ano yung kakainin nyo or bibilin nyo na grocery, food and beverages, pwedeng grocery, baked goods, this coming Holy Week. And interesting enough, leading the pack, 5 to 6 out of 10 Filipinos mentioned bread and baked goods. So ito yung mga loaf bread natin, buns, pandesal, and fruits. So bibili sila tinapay, bibili sila ng fruits. Yung meat natin, only 12%, Coach Romel, will buy meat.
Okay.
This coming Holy Week. That's interesting.
Nako,
So that's chicken.
that's not so interesting for us. Oh.
Yes, sir. Pero that one is grocery products. Grocery products yan. Now let's go with QSR. Ito yung sinabi ko sa iyo, Coach Romel. So we asked them the question now, kakain pa ba kayo sa mga fast food casual restaurants during the Holy Week or Lenten season? So lumalabas in our survey, 50%, Coach Romel, Ma'am Winnie, will not go to casual restaurants this Holy Week or Lenten season. But interestingly enough, Coach Romel, now, eto again, mainit-init pa yung data. 15% said once a week pupunta sila. So, we did not ask the question, kailan? But if we're going to extrapolate the data or do a follow-up survey, most likely this will be on a Sunday, Easter Sunday. And then,
big
yun yung
day yan sa mga restaurants, yung Easter.
Yes po, Easter Sunday. So I guess that's an opportunity because there will be 50% will not go to QSRs, fast food casual restaurants this Holy Week. But 15% said they will go at least once. And interestingly enough, Coach Romel, more than once a week, may 6% na nagsabi. So that's 20%. 1 out of 5 respondents said na at least once a week pupunta sila this coming Holy Week, kakain sila sa isang fast food and casual restaurant.
Very interesting nga, no? So ibig sabihin, now if you talk about percentages, you have to remember, while this is 1,500 survey respondents, it's actually a good representation, no? The statistical reliability is there. So you're talking about a big market pa rin talaga ang Pilipinas, hundreds of millions of people. So this is very insightful on how we should prepare as resto negosyantes at mga negosyantes in general, no, on ano yung magiging pattern of consumption sa parating na Holy Week. Kasi sinasabi agad natin, talagang Holy Week mahina, no. Let's actually remember that the times have changed, no. Nung panahon namin ni Miss Wina, ay iba yung Holy Week nung araw. Talagang kahit maligo, pinagbabawalan ka.
Bawal, patay ang tubig.
Diba? Maglaro, maggumiti, magsaya. Ngayon, iba na eh. So, again, reminder also, I think it's related inside that a lot of people will be traveling, no? So,
Yes,
that will also trigger consumption. So,
that is true.
any other insights that you'd like to share, Martin, bago ka namin pakawalan? Dahil alam kong busy ka dyan sa
Hey, okay lang, sir. So, now, in terms of awareness sa mga we had 16 restaurants si top QSR. Kasama na din kayo doon, Coach Romel. So we asked the question, how aware are you of the offers, mga Lent-friendly food? So in terms of awareness, kasi I guess the time period na ila-launch mo yung product hanggang sa fully market mo sila, leading the way will be, now this is interesting kasi normally when we raise surveys about QSR, this brand particularly, more than 7 to 8 out of 10 Filipinos nakakaalam, aware of their products. Now dito, 5 to 6 out of 10 Filipinos, 57% are aware. Leading yung awareness sa length-friendly food is Jollibee, Coach Romel. And it's followed this at 57%, and it's followed distantly by McDonald's at 47%. So it means na given the length of time to prepare and launch new products this coming Lenten season, for example, you plan to launch for 2025 new products. Now you need to plan ahead yung length of time of the promotion. Even Jollibee, the biggest QSR resto in the country, 57% lang ang awareness nila. Followed distantly by McDonald's at 47%. So that's interesting. Those are the top 2 brands, and mababa yung awareness sa mga produkto nila this coming Lent. And
Very
lastly, Coach
interesting,
Romel,
Interesting, yeah.
lastly will be how likely, this is the last question, it's a 15 question survey na nilaunch namin. Again, we're preparing the report. Mainit-init pa po yan. We'll be ready by this week. So you can plan ahead for next year's Holy Week. So the last question is, how likely or unlikely would you buy offers Lent-friendly food from fast food casual restaurant? Ang nagsagot, sir, 45%. Now, will buy. Definitely will buy. So in terms of sa market research top 2 boxes, 45%, 4 to 5 out of 10 respondents will buy. But there's a 33% that said neither will buy or would not buy. Ibig sabihin, I see this 33% undecided, and it's because it's correlated dun sa data kanina, the low awareness. So there's a 33% na undecided. That's an opportunity, Coach Romel, Ma'am Vina, na nakikita namin. We always see yung mga undecided as an opportunity. So
Yeah, parang
there's a
swing
33%.
votes. Swing votes.
Correct.
Yes, sir. Yan po, Coach Romel, Ma'am Vina. Salamat sa pag-guest niyo po uli sa akin.
Oo, Mr.
Sa'yo nga
Martin.
kami nagpapasalamat dahil nasa out of town ka pa pala. But napakabuting kaibigan ni Martin sa Coach and Share, lalo nung panahon ng pandemya. So, dalas-dalasan mo, bro. Dalas-dalasan mo muli.
Yes, Coach
Before,
Romel.
Mr. Martin, sorry. Before
Yes,
ka
Ma'am
namin pakawala dahil kahit na medyo busy ka kasi kagaya ko, bago, baka may mga bagong classmates. So, Mr. Martin, paano naman po ng inyong company, Tangere, and all of these helpful statistics that you are sharing for free to our classmates? Ano po yung profile ng Tangere? At I guess for some who actually want to probably avail of your services or kung pwedeng pa-share po sa classmates natin mga bago katulad ko this evening.
Salamat, Ma'am Wina and Coach Romel, for this opportunity. Kami po sa Tangere, we've been in the market research public opinion business for 6 years now. So far, we've helped more than 100 companies with their research, timely research. We made research accessible using yung application namin, Tangere, which is available live in the Google Play Store, Apple App Store. Ang sumasagot po niyan, shoutout kung may nanonood po sa kanila dito, mga katangere po namin. I'm proud to say, Coach Romel, Ma'am Wina, we are nearing almost 1 million users nationwide.
Wow.
The regular sumasagot.
Congratulations!
Salamat, Coach Romel. And because of that, gaya po nito, yung survey na to, ginawa lang po namin 1 day lang po ito. Kahapon lang po namin ni-launch to. And napabilis namin yung data. Alam naman kasi natin how fast the sentiment of people change. May mag-trending lang sa social media, nag-change na po yan. Whether it's public opinion po sa Chacha, People's Initiative, or even brands. So doon po kami yung advantage namin. Mabilis po makukuha yung insights. And again, Coach Romel, Ma'am Vina, salamat po.
Maraming salamat,
opportunity.
Mr.
Thank you.
Martin, and more power to
Salamat.
Tangere.
Salamat po. Shoutout po sa mga katangere nanonood po. Ingat po kay lahat.
Yan, mga
Thank you again,
katangere,
Coach
marami
Romel.
ring Tuesday classmates sa mga katangere. Welcome back and sa uulitin muli. Ayan. Thank you very much po, Mr. Martin Peña Flor ng Tangere. Ayan po.
Oh, nice.
So, Miss
Coach,
Wina,
no?
nakita mo may pa-surprise pa tayo, appearance.
Hitik talaga ang ating episode
Ganda ng
tonight,
insights.
Coach.
Sige, tuloy na natin yung
Oo.
question and answer portion. Nag-aabang na yung ating mga classmates. Ang
Pero,
daming
Coach,
nanonood ngayong gabi.
Kasi nga, before lang, ang daming mga further katanungan ng mga numbers na na-share ni Mr. Martin. No? So, sa mga kaklase at saka like say for again for meat-based foods like Lent would be, 'di ba, mga downers pero nga parang nanonotice natin and I think nakaka-track na yan whether even if we are a predominantly Catholic country pa rin, ang dami na over the decades na nag-change and the views, no? And I guess yung numbers ni Mr. Martin only prove that. So the changes in consumption, even with religious beliefs, no? So ang dami po. So yun, pero coach, 'di ba, ang ganda pa ng matututunan natin tonight na entrepreneurial mindset. So coach, start na natin yung unang
Yeah,
tanong.
may mga pinadala pong katanungan yung ating mga kasama, kaklase sa Mentor Me program ng DTI, Go Negosyo. So may mga pinadala po silang tanong, sasagutin po natin ngayong gabi. Go ahead po.
Correct. Oo, at thank you ulit sa mga taga Region 4 DTI Go Negosyo Coach. Kasi kung hindi, 'di ba? This is a sharing talaga in its essence. So, yung una natin coach at mga classmates ay from Mr. Crep Food and Beverage Stall. Ito talagang talagang fundamental question. So if I can read out, no? So from the owners sa ngayon, kami ng wife ko ang ang magkatulong sa food stall business. Sorry po. Let me adjust my screen para hindi ako choppy. So, ang kanilang katanungan, hindi ako nag-hire ng staff kasi natatakot ako na baka hindi ko afford magpasweldo. Hindi kasi palaging magandang aming kita. Merong time na abonado ka pa. So, ang tanong po, Coach, ay ano po ba ang dapat i-consider bago mag-hire ng staff? Kasi we're planning to expand our business soon.
Yun, parang reviewin natin yung ating pinag-usapan nung nakaraang Mentor Me Module 1 session natin. Sabi natin, di ba, mayroong checklist. No? Yung signature product or in the case of food business, signature dish or signature food product. Kung ano man po yung applicable sa inyong case. No? Meron ka na ba nun? Di ba? Yung ano ba yung signature product, coach? Ayan po yung no, hindi madali dapat kopyahin. No? At merong in the case of food businesses, yung recipe mo na hindi madaling nakawin yung recipe, no, hindi makokopya. At kumbaga kumpiyansa ka na tatangkilikin ng tao, no? So, yun yung product na kung saan yun ang nagpakilala sa iyong brand. Pangalawa, meron ka na bang signature experience, whether it's a specific kind of commitment to quality, commitment to hospitality, to service, that will make your business more emotionally connected to the customers. Diba? Maganda ba yung customer service? Personal ba yung approach, no? In the case of restaurants, kailangan i-determine mo, fast food ka ba? Pan casual ka ba? Casual dining ba? And what will differentiate the type of experience? No, pwedeng kasama diyan, Miss Wina, yung store look kung meron kang brick and mortar. Kung nasa online ka naman, ano itsura ng webpage mo, 'di ba? And
Yan yung
lastly,
start
no,
ng
ito yung
touch point,
pinakasagot
no?
doon sa katanungan, no. Yung pong pag-aalala, no, unang-una nakaka-stress lang 'yan. So ang gawin mo, sit down, open your laptop or your computer, go to an Excel worksheet, lagay mo i-put it in writing yung business model, no. Ilagay mo yung revenues, saan manggagaling yung projected revenues, no. Be realistic about it. Huwag masyadong optimistic. Tanungin mo yung sarili mo, no, ilang items yung mabebenta mo sa isang araw, or in the case of a restaurant, ilang customers yung papasok. Lunch, dinner, recognize the difference, no, in terms of spending. Knowing your market, pinag-usapan natin yan sa episode 164, 165, I think. If I'm not mistaken, the marketing episodes, no? Two parts of a two-part series yan. Sinasabi doon na yung sales projection mo needs to be based on a very realistic yet conservative, no, and also conservative rather, projection, no? Recognizing your market, knowing ano yung spending patterns nila, no, gaano kadalas nila i-patronize. So pag meron ka ng projection sa revenues, ilagay mo rin yung iyong projection and budget sa mga expenses. Then doon mo malalaman kung if you can afford, no? Kasi hindi rin realistic na pwede nyo patakbuhin yan, but syempre, if you plan to expand, inevitable, diba? Inevitable yung pag-build ng team. No, lalo yung pagkuha ng mga initial leaders ng iyong organization. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng mako-compromise kasi yung yung strategy formulation, no, yung mga ibang administrative work kung walang tutuwang sa inyo ron sa operations, no. Although you're still hands-on, pero dapat habang
Correct.
ginagawa mo ko, prinsipyo ko sa buhay yan. Pag may ginagawa kang something important, make sure na may tinuturuan ka. Meron kang katabing tinuturuan. Para habang ginagawa mo yon, meron na agad, meron na agad preparation for replication, di ba? Kasi meron ka ng mini-mentor sa tabi mo.
Yun, no, coach. Okay, so wag urungan ng numbers. So, at
Yep. Uupuan mo talaga yan. Hindi ka pwedeng, yung pangatlo, kasi yung pangatlo, signature dish, signature product, signature experience. And then yung pangatlo is, building, creating a profitable and sustainable business model. And insert na natin yung sa tanong mo, scalable.
scalable
Profitable,
is, yeah.
scalable, sustainable business model.
Yun. And gusto ko lang tuhugin, coach, yung point mo rin sa scalability is also the people component, yung human capital. Yung sinabi mong kung may importante kang ginagawa, dapat meron ka ng tinuturoan sa tabi mo. And I think yun.
Totoo yun.
Some people miss out na parang yung profit and the human capital, I think, at napaka-importante niyan sa food and restaurant business, yung human capital. So, ang ganda po, coach. So, so jumping on to the next question, coach, no? And just to show na ang entrepreneurial mindset ay hindi lang pala talaga, I mean, it's a mindset, kaya hindi lang po pang food at resto. Our next question is coming from Golden Zapatillas Corporation. So, babasahin ko na lang po at makikita nyo na hindi ito food business, pero napaka-importante ng tanong na ibinahagi or pinaabot ng ating ka-Region 4 mentee. So, I'm a product of a 63-year-old footwear family business. Tagal na po, no? In this type of industry, copying designs is easy. How did your company stay competitive despite this challenge? What advice can you give us to stand out from competition, coach? No? So medyo mga iba nito, I'm sure na-touch nyo na in other episodes and even the previous questions. Pero coach, importante pa rin. What is your, what are your words of wisdom?
Number one, pag kinokopya ka na, no, you actually are doing something right. Kasi kinokopya ka eh. No, like in the case of food businesses, mas madali, no, kasi you have recipes that you can protect. You can actually, in your case, sa sapatos, I'm sure merong trademarks, di ba? Copyrights, no? Or kung anumang intellectual property tools or what you call that, legal remedies na pwede mong ilagay. But alam mo, sa totoo lang, no, like sa amin, in our case, no, maraming kokopya eh, no? And some of the things you cannot register. I'll give you a perfect example. Ang garlic parmesan, hindi mo pwedeng i-register yan kasi dalawang common words yan eh. So, well, it's arguable, it's debatable kung kami talaga yung original na garlic parmesan, but up to now, our number 2 flavor in the menu, nagpapalitan lang yan sa creamy salted egg, is garlic parmesan, no? But ang moral of the story doon, kung ikaw pa rin naman talaga yung top in terms of value and quality, no? Yan. Oo, kasi parang alimbawa, bigyan natin ng kakibat na example niya sa sapatos. Ako, mahilig ako sa sapatos eh. And if you ask me, no, I'd rather spend more for a quality pair rather than buy something that is on sale pero hindi naman tatagal or hindi naman nagre-represent. Sa sapatos kasi, it's also representative of, sa akin kung ano yung what the company stands for, what it represents, no? Marami, no? So, I think 2 things. Number 1 is to stand for quality, no? Quality never goes out of style. Sabi nga ng Levi's, di ba? So, magandang example yun kasi ang Levi's is 1800s pa yan. It represents,
and yet,
may niche market yan eh, di ba? Merong tao na talagang hindi mo papasusuot ng ibang pantalon bukod sa Levi's. And that's what you aspire to become, no? Something that is really known for quality, value, no? And more importantly now, yung brand mo represents something that is relatable at merong emotional connection, di ba? Lalo sa
Yun,
patos, di ba?
coach.
Comfort. Ako, ay, top of mind ko dyan, comfort. Di ba?
Comfort. Oo,
Oo, durability.
sakit kaya yun to have the
Oo.
wrong pair on you.
Oo, di ba?
Oo, coach, no? So,
Ngayon, di ba, ang dami ng scientific studies na nagpapatunay kung gaano kahalaga ang sapatos, ang tamang footwear sa overall health ng isang tao. Pati
yun,
yung
coach.
likod natin, naapektuhan yan. Likod, tuhod.
Posture. Oo, coach. Tsaka
So I think,
circulation.
yeah. In our case, di ba, ang dami naglalabasan ng mga, nung una, noong 2009, no? Dadalwa kami sa Pilipinas noon, tatlo siguro, dadalwa kami. Yung Flaming Wings at saka yung isa, sorry, I forgot, no? Firehouse Wings ba yun? But anyways, tatlo lang kami. Now, kahit saan kanto ka tumingin, merong only wings, no? So, but was the
Correct.
remedy? Kami, from 2009 to 20, never kaming na-tempt na mag-only, eh. Never kami na-tempt. I'm not saying that only is bad, may market yan. So, know your market as well. Sino ba yung market mo, di ba? Pag alam mo yung market mo and those who appreciate your brand, hindi ka naman kailangan mag-knee-jerk reaction, di ba? So, yun lang ang
Coach.
sagot natin yan. Sa amin, quality, no? Value is equal to quality over price. Ang stand namin, focus on quality. Instead of, fighting, competing against yung sa price war o yung promos, focus na sa quality.
Wow. Very valuable. At kita nyo naman, yung ating mga points from Coach is not just for the food business. No? So tama, whether it's in the shoe business, know your market, classic rule, and that as all Coach always says, yung value and quality, no? Pero tutuwin ko pa rin yun, Coach, kasi nga reinforcement is key to your words of wisdom. Kasi nga, at the heart of it, kung produkto lang yung iniisip mong binibenta mo, madali ka talagang kopyahin. But if you look at yourself as something giving an experience, kahit
Yes.
sapatos ka or a restaurant, di ba, Coach? So ako, yun yung lesson ko from you this evening, judging from question number 1 and then itong related question in question number
Yeah,
2.
be experiential, no?
Correct.
Being experiential builds relationships with your customers. Hindi magiging transactional, di ba? Hindi siya transactional.
Yun, Coach. How nice. Oh, nako. So, mga kaklase, sorry, walang recess at dahil hitik na hitik ang ating session. So, we'll proceed. Walang recess. Pero, Coach, kung gusto mo ng recess ng shout out dahil napakahalaga na
Oo, batiin
ma-acknowledge.
natin. May mga
Oo.
nagko-comment din, sabi ni Marjorie, make sure to translate your effort into a great customer experience. Tama yun, ano?
Yun, Miss Marge.
Ikaw,
Oo.
nandirito na rin, Pilo Soler, magandang gabi sa'yo. Of course, ang ating paboritong mag-asawa dito, no? Kagaya ni Chef Jenny B at si Coach Donald of equal importance. Si paring Jake Castro at si Maring Tina Castro from Las Vegas with love. Yan yung ating
Wow.
medical frontliners, si paring Jake dyan sa Las Vegas, representing the Filipino community. Always watching habang naka-duty.
Good
No?
evening
Naka-duty
po.
o hindi. No? Maraming salamat. Si Miss Weng Bonus, magandang gabi sa iyo. At Weng, at si Professor Bong, magandang gabi sa kanya, ang aking master. Si Lenny Reyes, magandang gabi po. Sabi ni Marjorie, salamat po. The best ang creamy salted egg at garlic parmesan sa BWNP. Favorite po namin yan. Salamat po. At si Dandy Kiambao, nandito na rin. Si Joselito Bargos, Amy Aala, si Sem Giral, si Victoria Octobre. Runaway is also here. Yan, mga pangalan pang social media, di ba?
Yun, Coach.
Si Mary Chris
Creative.
Resma is also watching. Si Miss Michelle Balisi, yan, kasama ko dati yan, sa Shakey's. Si Mary Grace Sanares, sabi niya, very useful po, Coach. Salamat po at you're finding news sa ating episode ngayon, answers ngayong gabi. CJ Arroyo, Raquel De Hoya Serrano, si Limarsec Arrandia, si Merlin Calyao, si Chef June De Guzman. Kung merong reyna ng Parañaque, ito po ang undisputed, no? Emperatrice ng Malabon. Yan. Si Chef June, no? Ang walang pahinga. No? Magpahinga ka rin minsan, no? Parating kada okasyon na lang, talagang makita mo sangkatutak, libu-libong pack meals ang kanyang ginagawa. Maraming salamat, Mama June. Mark Robin Arauz, magandang gabi. Chef Jordan Bernardo and Team Mad Cafe. No? Mad Cafe. Ayan. Sabi ni Marjorie, I remember po sa isang episode na share nyo na dapat bago mag-hire ng tao, dapat may na-build na kayong system. Tama yon. At may tinitrain or tinuturuan para may continuity. You owe it to your people, hindi ka pa pwedeng mag-recruit ng tao tapos wala ka palang training system. Tama yon. Thanks for reminding us, Marjorie.
Thank you,
And of
Miss
course, one of our
Marjorie.
favorites, no? Ito, Kago Negosyo, DTI, ano rin to eh. Mentor na nga ngayon to, hindi na siya mentee. Si Miss Simon Tess, ayan. Yes, you cannot grow your business alone. Time will come, kailangan na ng help. Expanding your business is equal to hiring and developing people. Si Mark Anthony Calitina, magandang gabi sa iyo. Si Sharon Librando, Nazarin Suspine, Hilda Muyano, ayan. Si Abs De Castro, si Aseng Tile, Joven Manalo, ayan, ang musikero na siyempre asawa, no, ng ating si Michelle.
Ayan, hello, Joven.
Bernard Quezon is watching also. Mary Rose Domingo, si Irene Felix, si Deo Dumaraog, ayan. Sabi niya, favorite part ko po ito, sabi ni Sai, favorite part ko po ito sa KMMA before. Ito na lang yung tinatakbo kasing module. Hindi na ako ganong nagpa-participate sa mga moltors kasi parang feeling ko ito yung calling ko module 1. Yung entrepreneurial mindset. Ayan. Sabi niya, healthier body and soul for Lenten offering. Sabi ni Paul Legaspi. Theodore Garcia Jr. is also here. Andrea Dulan is here as well. Rosendo de Guzman, si Guyboy Valderrama, si Rosie Tomada. Ang dami po nating classmates, no? Palakpakan niyo po ang inyong mga sarili because you're making an investment, no, para sa inyong entrepreneurial mindset. Sige, patuloy po tayo.
Okay, Coach. So question number 3 is coming from Sierra Food Products. So in this case po, na may friends ako na willing mag-invest financially muna sa una dahil nasa abroad pa po sila at Korean citizen po. So ano yan, Coach? Read as written yan.
Context
No? So halimbawa, 300,000 po. Magkano po kaya ang return annually? So we will put it into writing. Medyo magpapa-advise din po sa abogado. Sample lang po ng return of investment sana ang request, Coach. After a year or 2, she will join me in running the business. So, yun, Coach, ang katanungan niya.
Dalawang anggulo nating sasagutin yan. Of course, sa mga investors, sa mga nag-i-invest po, yung mga passive investors, no, sa ibang bansa, nandito, busy, maglalagay ng pera. Ang advice ko po sa inyo is that, of course, you have to compare your investment to other investment options, di ba? So, ang sagot, ang masasagot ko lang po sa Resto Negosyo, no, kasi yun po yung aking actual na experience. Sa Resto Negosyo, usually ang parameter mo dyan, no, below 3 years or 3.5 years in some cases, no, 3.5 years, depende sa laki ng investment. 3.5 years or earlier, yung ROI. No? Kasi may mga factors yan. Like for example, sa restaurant, within 3.5 years, usually kasi mga terms sa malls, 3 years, 4 years, no? Kailangan makabawi ka na, no? And then you renovate on the 5th year. Well, to compute for it, yung pangalawang anggulo ng sagot, no, is to compute for it, you have to make sure that lahat ng expenses na consider mo. No? At gaya na nabanggit ko kanina, yung sales projections mo dapat realistic. No, it's grounded on yung yung market study, or kung meron ka ng actual business na gusto mo na lang magyaya, meron kayong historical data, 'di ba? It's also dependent on yung revenues mo, saan pa ba magagaling, ano mga produkto ba ibebenta. So madaling salita, dapat para yung sales projections mo is talagang grounded on on realism and not too optimistic. And it's based on your study of the market, your knowledge of the market, your expansion plans, no, maaaring expansion, product line expansion, hindi naman necessarily branch expansion. And then again, no, lahat po i-consider hanggang taxes, permits, licenses. Hindi po pwede yung hindi ko pala na-consider tong expense na to. Diba? So,
delikado yun.
Oo, delikado. So, hatiin mo, no,
Sorpresa.
para malinaw, no, yung gross profit is yung pinaka cost of goods. In most businesses, yung pinaka cost of producing the product. In the case of restaurants, food cost and labor cost, binabawas yan to arrive at gross profit. Then after gross profit, lahat ng controllable expenses. So lahat ng may control ka, utilities, no, cleaning supplies, yung mga pagbili ng mga packaging, lalo yan, no? It goes without saying, dapat maganda yung costing mo. No? Kasi kung hindi accurate yung costing mo, theoretical, it will be different than actual. no, and
Oo,
hindi
oo.
magiging tama yung P&L mo, no, yung profit and loss statement mo or income statement mo. And then after the controllable items, ilagay mo yung mga non-controllables, rent, marketing expense, 'di ba? Yung mga beyond the control of the operator, no. And again, nabanggit ko, business licenses, permits, no, dapat familiar ka yung mga taxes ng bawat isang LGU, iba-iba yan, no? Yung mga remittances, no? Quarterly, monthly remittances to government agencies. Pag nag-consider ka ng labor, hindi lang labor cost yan, hindi lang yung sweldo, merong fringe benefits yan. SSS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, no? So
PhilHealth,
dapat yung
aray.
ano
Oh,
mo, no, and yung i-consider mo din. Of course, yung iyong EBITDA or earnings before income tax, depreciation and amortization versus the amount of capital that you invested, no? Ilang months, no, ilang months ano ba ano lang, round figure para madaling ma-compute. Halimbawa, kumikita ng 100,000 a month, ang ininvest mo ay 3 milyon, so ilang 100,000 ang kailangan mo para mabuo mo, balik mo yung 3 million, di ba?
yeah.
Ano yun, netong kita, hindi pa pwedeng ano, no, hindi pa pwedeng may hindi ka na-consider, no. So yun yung dalawang anggulo ng pagtingin doon. Yung isang anggulo, ulitin ko, is from a target or budgetary perspective na ito yung hurdle rate ko, kailangan within 3 years maibalik ko. Diba? And then number 2, yun namang talagang masinsin na iisa-isahin mo yung from revenues up to all the expense lines. No? Ilalagay mo cost of goods, controllable expenses, non-controllable expenses.
Yun. So, gosh, very important illustration po from Coach. At the same time, paulit-ulit sinasabi ni Coach yung detalye. No? So, one, realistic revenues. Ulitin ko lang for our classmates dahil nga something to always
Oo.
remember, no? Realistic kasi nga, you can't be too aggressive. Niloloko mo lang yung sarili mo kung too aggressive na hindi siya realistic na Coach. At the same time,
Yeah.
yung pangaral ni Coach, detalyado na expenses. Kasi nga, ang sakit ng nasusurpresa ka ng significant expense na hindi mo pala naitala. At
Yeah,
yun,
diligence is a prerequisite, Miss Sherry. Hindi yung responsible responsible fiscal responsibility rather to shareholders is ano yan eh. A lot of it is about being diligent. Hindi mo pwedeng kaya
diligence.
sinasabing hope is not a strategy eh. Kasi you should not mistake hope for for as a basis for your assumptions. I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic, iba yun. You have to be diligent enough kung hahawa ka lang pera ng investment ng ibang tao, no? Kailangan pakita mo talaga na anong basis. No, why are you saying na ito magiging number of transactions mo per day? Now, with regards to my personal advice talaga, hindi ako nagyayaya kasi sa negosyo ng ano lang eh, ng pera lang ang dala. Kailangan may other value aside from money. Kasi kung pera lang ang dala niya, pera lang din ang hahanapin sa'yo niyan. Oo, para kang
True,
nagtrabaho
Coach.
para sa kanila, di ba? Oo.
Oo. So nako, Coach, ang dami na, puno na. Actually, kulang na ata yung pages ng notebook ko. Pero just so ma-acknowledge natin, kasi nga, Coach, we have a growing classroom, no? Pag tinitingnan ko yung mga number of views natin sa Coach and Share, galing. So, Coach, nakikita na kitang nakatingin sa screen. Meron bang mapa-shout out
Meron kasing
dyan?
magandang comment dito si Sai Montes. Si Sai kasi was part of the class previous to this week's class, no? So, ibang region siya. Sabi niya rin rito, I love that you really are mentoring us even after the DTI program. Yun po yung punto. That hindi makukuha ng isang workshop, isang seminar. Lalo pa, module 1 ako eh. Diba? So, alam ko may ibang modules pa after me. Meron pang mas technical na mga modules. But walang mawawala kung after nyo mag-module 1 sa Go Negosyo Mentor Me Program, DTI, mag-tune in kayo every Tuesday. Wala namang mawawala. Kung hindi nyo gusto yung topic, huwag kayong manood. Kung gusto nyo yung topic, paulit-ulitin yung panoorin. I-share nyo sa iba, di ba? Walang mawawala. But it is, if you ask me, one very tangible way of developing your entrepreneurial mindset is to talk about business at least once a week. Invest in learning more about business. Diba? And ito yung, diba?
And the beauty of yung mga classmates who really clock in live is the opportunity to participate, di ba, through the comments. Not to say that pag na-post na to, no, pero take advantage po of Coach. I think yung mission to share his knowledge and experience. Hindi po sa lahat yun, no? So when you find a person really willing to share because he has been blessed, ano, take advantage po natin yon. So, so coach, yun. So, sandali, nawala yung train of thought ko. Kasi ako yun. Nabalik na, Tita Wina. Sorry. Coach, ako rin magpapasalamat ulit sa mga iyong mga mentees. Kasi nga, kung hindi sila brave enough to ask or brave enough to sit down and spend time with you, yung ating mga classmates dito sa virtual classroom natin, hindi magbe-benefit. No? So, hindi lang dun sa mismong face-to-face engagement ninyo. So, salamat po dun sa mga nagtanong. And now, Coach, can we go to question number 4?
Yes, of course. Of course.
So, question number 4 is coming from Anita's Cafe. So, ang tanong po nito at na-mention ko, para ang dami nga rin mga startups na bago, ang young, sorry, hindi lang bago, startup na, young. And I don't know the exact context kung startup to or established na, but for Anita's Cafe, the question is, or the situation is, I'm currently younger than almost all of our employees. So do you have any advice on how to lead them? Yung pong iba stubborn since older sila. So, nagpapasalamat in advance. Thank you po. This is from Anita's Cafe.
I think yung unang mindset doon is not to even think about age. No? Age is not actually an indication of an attitude of a person, di ba? Yung attitude ng tao. So, tanggalin mo sa isip natin muna yung pag matanda, matigas ang ulo. Oo. Siguro no, biologically may katotohanan yung bata may bumbunan malambot pero sa totoong buhay po hindi po ano yan. No? Ako I always start with assumption that everyone wants to do the right thing. Napakaganda nun, di ba? Ang assumption ko parati when I meet a new person is that this person would like to do the right thing given the opportunity. Wala naman tao nang gustong gawin kaagad masama no. So let's start with a clean slate, no? Ang aking pong prescription, parang doktor lang eh.
Re-resetahan, Coach.
Tinakil natin to, no? Makaka-relate kayo. Balikan niyo po yung John Maxwell's 5 levels of leadership. No? Yung level 1, specifically, sinasabi ron, di ba, na the reason why people don't actually subscribe to your influence yet, is because they have to build a relation, they have to build yung trust no. Wala pang nabibuild na trust. Pangalawang reading na material will be The Speed of Trust by Stephen Covey. Diba? Sinasabi doon na dalawang basihan kung bakit nagkakaroon ng trust, no? Yung character at saka yung competence, no? Sabi nga ni John Maxwell, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. So, ibig sabihin, yung unang bahagi ng leadership is getting to know you. Diba? Kahit na matagal ka na sa kumpanya mo, kahit ikaw pang may-ari niya, pag may bagong empleyado, we always start at level 1. Ang pagkakilala sa inyo, ikaw ang may-ari, ikaw ang boss, no? But deep inside that person, he or she is very much interested to find out ano kaya ang pagkatao nitong boss ko? Ano kaya ang pagkatao nitong may-ari ng kumpanya? Ano kaya ang kanyang character? Honest kaya siya? No, may malasakit kaya siya sa atin. And that's human nature di ba? Kasi kahit gaano kagaling pa yan, gaano ka nabasa mo sa dyaryo, nakilala mo, no, napanood mo sa TV, pag na-meet mo yan in person, you'll always start at level 1, no? And then level 2 is about the level of permission. Pag napakita mo sa tao na mayroong ang malasakit, napaliwanag mo yung why, di ba? Why are we doing all of these things? What's the vision? What's the purpose of the company? And then it becomes more personal, di ba? Okay, this is just beyond work, no? It's also beyond work. Hindi lang ito trabaho. Meron din pala itong personal aspect. May malasakit pala sa amin itong may-ari. Ito pala yung pinanggalingan niya. You start becoming relatable. Diba? Parang ako rin pala itong si boss, no? Nanggaling sa hirap, nagsikap, etc. And then, level 3 is very important. Kahit gaano kalalim yung malasakit, yung relationship na personal, pag walang napoproduce na resulta yung negosyo, aalisan ka ng tao kasi kakabahan sila. Baka parang sa sports, di ba? Pag talunan yung team mo, aalis yung mga player. So, ganun din. So, level 3 is about the level of production. And then level 4, aside from the stability of work, merong success, are they going to grow and develop in your company? So, level 4 is the level of reproduction o yung pag-create ng mga bagong leaders. Di ba? And then level 5, yun yung pinakamataas. Ina-aspire ko yan. Araw-araw, pinapag-pray ko yan. Yung mentorship, no? Yung pati yung personal mong buhay. No, pinahangaan at kinokopya na ng mga tao. No? So, 5 levels of leadership and then yung Speed of Trust by Stephen Covey. 5 levels of leadership by John Maxwell. No? Very hanggang ngayon, yan pa rin ang aking sinusunod.
Wow. So, meron tayong mga recommended books. Kita nyo naman sa ulo na ni Coach.
Nasa ano
So,
yan? Nasa
ah,
Spotify, sa Blinkist. Yung mga
oh,
wala pang pambili kagad o yung mga ayaw mag-risk, mahal din ang libro. Tingnan nyo
mm-mm,
muna yung summary, nasa Blinkist. No? App yun,
mm-mm.
app. Blinkist. So,
Blinkist. All right. And coach, never underestimate, baka nga may channel sina John Maxwell and Stephen Covey in a lot of the social media platforms. These are classic and well-known leaders. So salamat, coach, for summarizing that. So, coach, leading on to question number 5. This is coming from, sandali lang po. This is coming from, oh my gosh, sorry. Technical trouble. This is coming from Padrioso. So the question is how to gauge if your business is good for franchising and if it's good to collaborate with people creating franchising businesses.
hindi, dalawang sagot din po. Number one, if your business is successful, that's the time lang na pwede mo i-franchise. Kasi, it's irresponsible, no, to franchise something that is not actually successful. Huwag tayong magmadali, no? Pangalawa, may sistema ba? May standards ba, no? At yung binanggit ko kanina, meron bang signature item? Meron bang signature dish? Meron bang signature, sa konteksto to ng restaurant, meron bang signature experience? Kasi kung madaling kopyahin, pag franchise mo yan, kukopyahin din ng iba. So, kawawa naman yung nag-franchise sa'yo kasi wala naman palang barrier to copying nor barrier to entry. So, these are the basic things, no? And you talk about systems. Ano ba yung checklist sa systems? Meron ka bang sistema sa pag-recruit ng tao? Diba? Recruitment systems. Meron ka bang sistema sa people development or training? Meron ka bang training systems? Meron ka bang operational systems, yung manuals, recipes, build cards, no? In this case of the restaurant, yan yung mga basic system. Operational standards, no? Hindi naman necessary na yung manual ngayon eh. But the operational standards, di ba? Number 4, meron ka bang sistema sa performance management? Performance appraisals, performance evaluations, feedback management. And then number 5, standardized din ba yung compensation, benefits, rewards, and recognition program? So, yun yung tinatawag nating 5 rectangles. Yung pinakauna, yung recruitment system, yun yung gate 1. No? Yun yung pinaka-importante. Meron kang assistance, hindi lang sistema. No, siguro dadagdag ko pangatlong sagot, ready ka bang sumuporta? Kasi ibang mag-franchise, iba ang company-owned operations o yung ikaw lang yung sariling nagnenegosyo. Ibang angulo, ibang dimension of competencies ang kailangan diyan, no? Yung disiplina rin, na hindi ka lang franchise ng franchise, kailangan meron ka ring stringent criteria for accepting franchisees.
Franchisees. Ayun, coach, no? So yeah, coach, ano ka lang itong other part of the question where sometimes some people who are, yung negosyo na is about getting you to yung franchising business model naman nila. So, yung tanong if it's good to collaborate with people creating franchising business. I think, or did I misunderstand the question po, no? So I'll just read it again, coach. So how to gauge if your business is good for franchising, and you've covered that, sir. And then if it's good to collaborate with people creating franchising business, meaning either getting a franchise, I guess, or if you were the business na there are companies, as you know, coach, no? So ang
I
binibenta
think
nilang
yung mga ano
service.
yan eh, yung mga Francorp, yung mga,
Yon, Francorp, yeah.
Again, ang tanong muna, franchisable na ba yung negosyo mo?
So yun ang fundamental. Okay,
At ready
gotcha.
ka na bang sumuporta sa mga franchisees? Kasi it's like it's a contract, no? Hindi mo pwedeng iwanan pagtapos magbukas ng tindahan, hindi mo na susuportahan. So yun yung kalagaan. So ibig sabihin, kailangan ka mag-build ng team, no? Kailangan ka mag-invest sa tao. Diba? Kasi hindi ikaw ang nag-i-invest sa franchising, iba nag-i-invest sa pagtatayo ng restaurant. You earn from royalties. So you should be, ang pinakamalalakas na aspeto ng negosyo mo should be R&D, menu development in case of a restaurant, franchise support, yung operations team mo should be, iba yung angulo ng pagsuporta sa franchise store kaysa sa company owned eh. Kasi hindi mo empleyado yung mga tinuturuan mo ron, no? So kailangan magaling kang kumuha ng buy-in, no? It should be a why organization, di ba? Yung mga whys dapat napapaliwanag ng mic. Yeah, nakakatulong yun, yung mga ganong kumpanya. Pero ang sasabihin din sa inyo ng mga ganong klaseng kumpanya, titingnan muna nila, evaluate nila, ready ka na ba to franchise? And ang pinaka-importante, may track record ka ba? Kasi if it's profitable, sabi ko nga kanina, di ba? Profitable, scalable, sustainable business model, meron kang signature dish, meron kang signature experience, then baka pwede kang mag-franchise.
Yun. Oh gosh. So, Coach, nakakalimang questions na tayo. And I guess, time check lang, as you said. No?
Yeah, yun po yung ating mga tatanungang hindi natin na-cover nung ating actual session doon sa Mentor Me program. And again, I'd like to thank si Miss Jaris and all the people from DTI, the secretariat, the admin, the people who are putting this together. Of course, Mr. Joey Concepcion of Go Negosyo. Maraming salamat po for inviting me to become one of the mentors. And they granting my request na kung pwede, module 1 lang ako parate. Thank you for accommodating that kasi I know my strengths, I know my schedule also, and I want to do what's best for the mentees. So maraming salamat po. Ang request ko lang po sa mga nanood ngayon, ipasa po natin yung magandang balita na every Tuesday meron pong klase. No? Meron po tayong klase at masasaya yung mga kaklase rito. Nakita mo sa comment section, no? Nagbibigay rin sila ng kanilang mga insights. Marami po dyan, nagnenegosyo rin talaga. So, meron mga nasa side ng taga SM, executive ng SM, si Norman Zamora, one of the top executives of SM, nanonood rin po yan. No? Pati siya, gusto niya pa rin matuto kahit na napakahusay na sa negosyo niyan. No? And a lot of other people that talaga pag nababasa ko yung pangalan, si Annilyn Cruz, nakasama ko during my early days as a manager. Pag nababasa ko yung mga pangalan, parang mini reunion at eskwelahan no? So, Jerdy Silva, maraming salamat. Thanks for the kind words. No? Maraming salamat. God bless you too. So, ang ating pong, bago kami magpaalam ni Miss Wina for tonight, and pasalamat muna tayo kay Miss Wina, no, sapagkat ready siya to take over as one of our regular co-hosts. Sa kalaman na lahat, siya pong isa sa mga original members ng ating The Resto Coach. And even the days prior to this Tuesday classes, yung nasa YouTube pa lang po kami, siya pong aming leader sa pagbuo nito. So, sabi po ng ating Resto Quote for the week, you are not just starting a business, you are also creating a brand and building a team of people. So, paalala po yan, yung tatlong bagay. Brand, business, people. Ako, I always start with the people. Diba? Thinking of the people that will work with me. Pag meron kang magandang team, sabi nga kanina doon sa comment section, hire the right people, find the right partners, and the business side of it is madali na yan.
Yeah. How nice.
Paalam na tayo, Miss Wina. Ikaw muna.
Coach. Pero thank you for having me again. So, ako rin to the classmates, sana hindi kayo nagsasawa. At ako kasama ninyong natututo, no? So, Coach, I think yun nga, lagi ko sinasabi what you built here, not even if we say it's a classroom, ang ganda po because it's a community. So yun nga, sabi mo nga, even the comment section. So to the classmates also, what I've learned is the beauty of the inputs, no? So to reinforce the sharing. Pero also, Coach, yung mga katanungan, I really appreciate those questions. Example, like your mentees po na who asked. So now it became hindi lang po sila yung yung blessing nung answer and coaching. Kaming lahat na naupo at nakinig. So salamat sa mga nagtanong. Sana po sa mga kaklase, let's please continue to ask. So ang sarap po ng pitch in nung, hindi ko naisip yung tanong yun, pero nakabuenas ako dahil someone was brave enough to ask. So, Coach, thank you for creating a community and having me tonight. To the classmates, salamat po. At sana ako, nawala na itong ating, wala ng pages, no? Pero Coach, last na lang po. Sa 5 tanong yun, nasulit po, no? Pero ang mga points lang na I think I wanted to kind of like highlight in the spirit of Share, who used to do this, and I think is also a very, very good practice, no? Hindi lang top 3, pero I guess on the entrepreneurial mindset, I think your points were surround yourself with fellow business people. No, so that's one of your earlier points na I think was very practical at sa inyo na lang po yan kasi nga this is easy to do. Just find yourself in conversation. Yung pangalawang quote at coach ni Coach ay learning from other people and other platforms. So hindi lang po tao, pakinabangan po natin ang mga free mentorship galing sa YouTube, TikTok, podcasts, no, and other sources. Spotify, no. So yun po. So yun ang on the entrepreneurial mindset in terms of the baseline. I think those are foundational, no po. So can I add lang, Coach, kasi nga
Sure.
natutunan ko to from you and Zark. I think one of the entrepreneurial mindsets that I was so happy to see is to collaborate, and I think, diba, old school days, that competition was not about, keeping it, dapat ako lang, dapat ako
Keeping your
lang.
secrets, hiding your cards, laos na yun.
Laos na. So I think sa mga kaklase, I've seen it in action, and I'm sure you have also, pero collaboration brings out talagang abundance, no? So yun po, Coach. I just like to point that out na natutunan ko sa inyong dalawa ni Zark. Hi, Zark. I miss you. So sa Tangere po, ang dami ng mga notes, pero I think yung aking big headline dito, bukod sa mga numero ni Mr. Martin, ay nag-iba na po. So, sa generation namin ni Coach versus the numbers given and shared by Tangere to us, iba po. And yung impact sa business ninyo, kayo na po ang sumalo at marami pang questions na pwedeng itanong doon sa na-share ni Mr. Martin. Yun, Coach, I guess tapos sa 5 questions, I think the top three points mo ni-raise, no, is about really making sure that your checklist holds, no? Your checklist holds, whether you're talking of the franchising or copyability, sustainability. Sabi mo nga, no, sustainable, scalable, is about making sure you have your signature dish and signature experience. Magkaano po yun, hindi lang produkto, everyone's delivering an experience, kundi talagang assemblang, an emotional connection. And then, of course, the numbers. The numbers is what will make or break you. So a
The business
realistic,
model.
the business model po, no? And then at the heart of it, know your market, and then what you deliver in value and quality. So yun po, classmates, ang summary ko sa ating napakahitik na session with Coach tonight.
Maraming salamat muli, Miss Wina. Sabi nga ni Simon Tess, thank you for another great episode. Naku, thank you po sa inyo lahat na nanood, na nandito at kasama namin, nag-aral, nag-share, no? Nag-coach at nag-share. Natagalan ako sa paghuhugas ng pinggan kasi nakikinig ako at nanonood. Naku, sorry naman, no? Pero maghugas lang ng kamay kasi baka mamaya magkaroon naman ng maging maligasgas yung kamay, no? Paglababad sa sabon. So maraming salamat sa mga katulad mo nag-i-invest, no? Every week kasama kami. So again, maraming salamat sa lahat at magyayapa po tayo ng mas maraming kaklase sapagkat po wala pong limit, no? Hindi po ito typical na classroom na hanggang 50 lang, no? Or hanggang 40 lang. So magyayapa po tayo. Let us continue to coach and share. Magandang gabi po sa lahat. God bless us all.